But here we are on chapter 15. So if you remember chapter 15, this is Samson now trying to go back to get his wife and consummate the marriage that he had left his wife behind because he got upset. He was upset because, of course, she shared the answer to the riddle, and so he ended up killing 30 Philistines. So Samson, at this point in chapter 15, acknowledges that he was in the wrong. He was a blame for killing those 30 Philistines. I should probably shouldn't use the word wrong. Um, he took it upon himself to kill those 30 Philistines, and we find that in chapter 14, if you go on from that's what he's talking about. But he is not blameless at this time because he's upset because the father of his wife gave his wife to someone else, someone who was his best man for the wedding that was supposed to occur, well, for last chapter 14. This person, of course, we know it had to be a Philistine because the Israelite, a Hebrew, is not going to attend a wedding. And well, I'm not going to say not going to attend. They should not be attending when Samson is marrying outside the tribe. But we do know in the book of Judges, as we read, there's some entering marriages, entering interrelationships that are going on, not only with Jehovah's people, but in between tribes and also outside of the children of Israel. Of course, when he set things on fire, when he tied the jackal's tails and set the grain on fire, the Philistines were most definitely looking for him. And so they went up to Mount Etam, the mount. And this is where Judah is. This is a part of Judah's land. And so they recognized the Philistines there and wondering what in the world is going on. Why are you here? Judah most definitely addressed the things with Samson because they did not want to stir things up with their rulers. Remember, once again, the Philistines rule over them. At this point, they didn't want to make them upset. So remember in our cross reference, you see Deuteronomy 28:43. They are now under a curse because now they're not obeying Jehovah's commandments, his word, as they're not following the Torah. So at this point, the foreigner is living among them, has rise higher and higher above them, and they're seeking lower and lower. So now the foreigner rules over them. So that is a part of the curse for not following the instructions. So Judah is not trying to stir the Philistines or trying to keep peace. Judah brought Samson to the Philistines with a new rope. And of course, he was able to come out of that rope. And when the Philistines yelled, and the Holy Spirit came over him, and he was able to get out of those ropes. Samson, this is my insight, Samson was destroying the people that the children of Israel allowed to live among them in the promised land. Although Jehovah told the children of Israel when they was going to cross the promised land that he would not remove all the people because the animals would take over and they basically be fighting the animals, if he don't want them to be consumed by the animals. But that was not the problem. The problem was that the children of Israel just stopped fighting against the people. They didn't even give Jehovah a chance to say, lay down your sword or when to stop. They just lost faith and they didn't conquer all the land they were supposed to at that time. Samson, we have to remind ourselves that Samson's lifestyle did not align with the ways of Jehovah, but his mission to destroy the Philistines did. What he was born to do was actually happening. So in Judges chapter 15, I had no questions. Of course, there's a cross reference, Deuteronomy 28:43, and Judges 13:5. 13:5 also reminds you what Samson's mission was. And the word of study, I did not have any.